Dr. Jacques Despitri of Soho MD here at the Bullpen at the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference, here with Justin Irizarry from OrganoBio. Great to have you here, Justin.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, so can you tell us how you got here?
By plane. No, I'm the CEO of a business called OrganoBio. We're a South Florida-based tissue and isolated cell supplier to cell and gene therapy companies, and also a supplier of clinical trial services such as cell isolation, cryopreservation to hospitals, big pharma, sponsored clinical trials. Yep.
Yeah. And prior to OrganoBio, how did you? What was your path there?
A little bit circuitous. I don't have a bio background. I started my career as an investment banker and was a finance geek for a little bit, but ultimately got bit by the entrepreneurial bug. After business school, started down the entrepreneurial path, and in about 2018, aligned with the current investors in OrganoBio, and together we started OrganoBio to really be a trusted supplier, trusted partner to what we saw was a lot of customers needing this supply of tissue and isolated cells in cell and gene therapy. I thought the industry was very intriguing. The science was very legitimate. Certainly the capital formation was very strong around the science. But as everybody knows, a lot of classic biotech companies, are funded to advance the science, to get the science from one milestone to another milestone, but the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is obviously some sort of commercialization or set of cash flows, right? And a lot of these biotechs that are working on the science need external support, need assets that they might not develop themselves, such as supply of tissue, isolated cells, services to make a product and to commercialize a product.
And what makes OrganoBio special in terms of being in this market sector?
Well, a number of things. First, we have authored, we control, we develop, and we manage our own supply chain. So we don't have strategic partnerships, if you will, where we rely on a third-party partner to get us raw tissue. We have built a supply chain of peripheral blood mononuclear cells. We've built a supply chain of birth tissue, including cord blood, cord tissue, placental tissue, so on and so forth. And we curate that database. We manage it, I think, very well, very actively. And then to that, we marry cell isolation capabilities, which means that a customer can come to us with a set of specifications. We can meet the customer where they are in terms of volume and in terms of specification, and we can move very fast in not only getting them custom product, but getting it on a repeatable basis and at scale. And so what you find a lot in the industry is that biotech will go to industry for some of the services or products that we offer, and after a certain point in their journey, they'll have to drop that relationship, let's say because their existing partner can't continue to supply at an increasing scale, and or they need to start sourcing the product clinical grade.
Wow.
And so what OrganoBio does is paints and has a long runway for the customer. We can manufacture clinical grade material. We do that routinely now, and we start with the donor. So it's a really nice integrated solution. All of our QC, all of our QA, all of our productization, cell isolation, manufacturing is in-house. It's co-located together. So we can move very fast. We can move fast with custom products and be a long-term partner.
So you remove a lot of risk for the developer.
Usually, it's funny that you say that. Usually, when you turn down the dial on risk, you're turning up the dial on cost. As you know, you can imagine if some of the capabilities are disaggregated in the market, which is what you often see.
Totally.
There's a lot of chain of custody issues. It will increase risk. It extends timelines. So we feel like we can really turn down the dial on risk while we turn up the dial on speed. Speed's the name of the game in this industry, and risk reduction is the name of the game in this industry.
Yeah, that's an incredible value proposition to
Yeah.
your partners.
Yeah.
And then in terms of what you're working on now, what's exciting you in terms of what you're doing?
Well, I mean, we're very bullish on the market. We think that cell and gene therapy really is here to stay. We support both autologous and allo technologies. So I think what we're working on is just more of what I described. We're supporting a lot of very interesting programs, both research and clinical based. Most of our indications that we support are anti-cancer in nature. And then another set of services that we support are clinical trials services, which there's a lot of excitement around, particularly with pulmonary diseases. We think the need for instance, third-party cryopreservation as an external capability is very exciting. So we offer a solution there. We just think that there's a lot of runway in this industry. Obviously, we want to support it to the largest extent possible. And I think we're also excited by this industry just maturing, where there's good division of labor, right? In the industry, you see tech developers developing tech. You see industry supporting that tech, suppliers such as ourselves. You see a number of hospitals, not just the big cancer centers, but regional, local hospitals, offering anti-CD19 therapies, cell-based therapies, so on and so forth. So looking forward to that maturation.
That's awesome. And as far as the bullpen, how can the bullpen support, or what's your ask of the bullpen?
Well, we're a Miami-based company, and so I think that means that we're kind of in the far corner of the biotech world. I think my ask would just be to get to know us and get to know our capabilities. What we have found is when customers discover us, they're usually very happy with our products and services, and we end up being a long-term partner for them. But frankly, if you're a cell or gene therapy developer, we should be talking. If you're a hospital that has a stem cell transplant program and you're enrolling in phase trials, we should be talking. If you're big pharma that needs cell isolation or cryopreservation services, we should be talking. And so our wish with the bullpen is just to have more of those conversations, greater awareness of what OrganoBio does, and talk about the solutions that we can offer.
Awesome. So if you want to learn more about Justin and OrganoBio, you can go to bullpen.ventures. Justin, thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.